think now I'm live. Sorry, fix the camera angle once I'm live. Rookie move. Hopefully the sound is working. I see a few people in the chat. Bearded Comic Bros already making fun of me. Good man. I got my White Whale Comics shirt on. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Mr. Girl says hello there. I know sometimes with the Streamlabs OBS, I tend to get sound issues, so just let me know, thumbs up or whatever, that it's working all right. I always have to start these shows now with that, which is a little frustrating, but I think it's working. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Mr. Garrell. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, JP. Good morning, Bearded Comic Bro. And Ruben Guzman. I'm trying to see in that chat. Ruben is the only one I've met in person. Oh, but then there's Discovery Bay. I've met Discovery Bay in person too. So Ruben and Discovery get to tie. One day I'll meet Kevin. 1-2 Comic Talks is not that far away. I gotta make that happen when this craziness all wraps up. Ruben says no sound, but Mr. Garrell says sounds and looks great. So that's a mixture of things. Oh goodness, and there's the request for a wrench girl. Ah goodness. Catherine says she can hear it, so I'm just going to go based on Kate. Yeah, Perry, I don't like Streamlabs OBS when it says, when you set up a stream, it asks you when do you want to go live, and what. It's not asking for you to type in the time. So I type in 8 o'clock. But what it's telling the computer is 8 hours from now is when I want this to go live, which is annoying. Apparently I have to do math in my head and figure out exactly how many minutes from now I want to go live. And that's what I type into OBS. So that is OBS in my opinion. So there you go. So I'm a little bothered by that. I got to get used to OBS's system for scheduling an event, which I think is a little bit screwy, and it's just taking me time to get used to it. So, hey, at least it's got a thumbnail to start, and we're off and running and whatever. I just do it on YouTube and not OBS, but then I feel like when I set it up on YouTube and then I go through OBS, I can't find it. I don't know. You can teach me about that later on. I've been setting it up here on OBS. For those that don't know, this is another way to go live for YouTube. I've been using this program called Streamlabs, and you can set up like all these little widgets and things around here. And then I set it up a stream, and then I go into YouTube and I put the thumbnail and all that stuff in later on. So that's just another way to do it. First rocket last night for under 40. Now, Biggie, is that the Hulk cover when he's saying, "Hey, Jade Jaws, blah 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 blah"? That one? Because I know that there's people that claim there's a different first appearance of Rocket, so I can't remember which is which. So hello to you, Biggie Shack. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. We're worried about you for sure. Let's see here. Just do it on YouTube and not OBS. Everybody's got their own system. Yeah, Hulk issue. I've got one of those. It's not a super high grade. I'd say it's like a 7, probably, but it's a nice one. Good morning, Simon R. If you're wondering why this all doesn't look all decorative like usual, you can blame JP, because I'm getting ready for Comic Gories tonight, and so I've got everything out. A little bit disorganized everywhere. So it's a little bit of an exciting mess. YouTube didn't lie to you, JP. I just don't know quite how to use Streamlabs yet. I'm still learning. Biggie does get bangers for good prices, absolutely. Listening but doing things around the house, says Bearded Comic, or says Rod. Good morning to you, Rod. Around a 3-0, appreciate that, Mr. Garrell.
You should make me a moderator.
I'm not going to make you a moderator. Get over it.
Why not?
Well, my rule is I only have one moderator for every 100 subscribers.
So we need 100 more. Help us. Help us.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not going to add moderators right now. That's one reason. Just sit and relax. Just sit and relax.
I want to have a
I
good
know.
day.
Hey, John, picked up Once in Future. You were right. Absolutely awesome, brother. Yeah, hey, I'm glad you enjoy. Boom Studios has great books. Once in Future, Something's Killing the Children. Strange Skies Over East Berlin, I think, is really underrated. Alienated, I think, has gotten superb. Alienated. Issues 1 and 2 are just like setting up a premise, and it's good. Issues 3 and 4 are on another level. They're so amazing.
It's already been 5-6 minutes. I've got to start the book.
Kate, world's greatest moderator.
Thank you, JP.
You got to do this, don't you?
No.
Dab.
Copyright.
The Hulk dab. Hulk dab.
We're a Hulk down. John and his imaginary
You're not ready.
rules.
I'm not ready, JP. I'll never be ready, but I can at least feel comfortable that I know where stuff is. He's going to make everybody a moderator, says Mr. Garrell. He makes them up as he goes, Perry. And my imaginary rules, yeah. Bears, Rocks, and Comics, good morning. Old Wolf, he had a really nice live stream last night with a ton of guests. And so if you haven't checked it out yet, Old Wolf, if you're looking for some late night shows from last night to rewatch this morning, that's a great one to check out.
Morning,
Kate
Simon.
the Great, says Simon. Perry's just mad because Kate would get a wrench before Perry would, says Craig. That's funny. You guys are funny this morning. Do you want to go first, or should I go first? Kate's got books. She's got tons.
I've been reading.
I've only got one book that I really liked this week. So this was a bad week. I did not enjoy most of my books this week, I gotta say.
Okay. You're fuzzy. Okay, anyway.
I'm fuzzy?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the beard?
So I'm rereading this book for the lot of time.
This is the selection from that series that we've talked about. I think last week we talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really like it, so that's why I got to share it again. And this is the first book again, and I really, really like this series. It's really, okay, don't judge me. I like romantic books.
There's nothing wrong with liking romantic books.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw any shame at you.
But some parts, I really like this book because it makes me scream, and then it makes me go.
It's a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, they're when they're like, oh yeah, I like you too or whatever. I'm like, oh, finally, this took so long. And then when something bad happens, I'm like, I start like going like, yeah.
So you get frustrated, but then you get excited and happy, and yeah. Yeah, Mr. Garrell, I really enjoyed the God Country review that you guys were doing with JP, and I'm gonna have trouble remembering all the guests. I know Boywood 7 was on there, and it was a packed show. Really great panel of people really knowing their stuff. Big fans of the God Country, and I am a big fan of it as well. So it was a great show. Bearded says John is going to make a list of movies you have to watch, Perry. If you watch them all, you get a wrench. Oh, man. Perry says he likes romantic comedies.
Yay!
Probably movies, though, not books.
Mm-hmm.
Boatwright's here. Good morning. And let's see. Oregon is here.
Wait, Return to Me is a good
Sanimation. Return to Me is a good romantic
and
comedy.
same with While you were sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping, Return to
really
Me.
funny.
Yep, those are good ones. Good romantic comedies.
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. I know
It's
Perry
more of a
loves
comedy, but still.
Perry loves his Adam Sandler.
Yes.
The mark of a good book takes you in and lets you feel the true story. Yeah, good, Simon. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello to the Netherlands, Sanimation. Mike Sanchez, good morning to you. Whose birthday is it today? Somebody's birthday today? I see happy birthday shout outs. Today is my birthday. Oh, Boatwright's birthday. Happy birthday, Jim.
Woo-hoo.
No one in my house knows it. No respect. Oh, man. Treat yourself to a special book. Buy yourself something. I don't know. While You Were Sleeping is a classic, says Bearded Comic Bro. He's a movie guy. We're talking movies tonight, if you don't know. Bearded Comic Bro and I are going to start a new series of drinks and movies tonight. So be ready for us talking about sports movies. We almost titled the show the It's Not an Auction Show because it seems like Saturday has all auctions plus Two Brothers Comics and me. It's just a lot of auctions. So we were going to go with the We're Not an Auction, I Promise show. But we're sticking with drinks and movies, I believe. Your second online family has your back, Boatwright. I agree. Look at all these happy birthday wishes. That's awesome. Pretty Woman. Simon R. likes Pretty Woman. That's a good one.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde is, I mean, it's
really
it's a comedy, and I guess there's a little romance, but it's really about she is finding her love for herself and appreciating how smart she is.
I really want to rewatch that.
Don't get me started with 80 and 90 movies references. Uh-oh, here we go. Ooh, Boatwright says he's got a Grail book in the mail right now. That's exciting. No more auctions, says JP. Yeah. I'm just waiting on my book, says Biggie Shack. He's done with auctions too. Hey, I mean, I think it goes in waves where I'm interested in them and I have money to spend and where I don't and I'm not. So I go back and forth. About Time. Perry's mentioning one of my favorite, more modern romantic comedies. Great movie. Great movie. Did you want to say more about yours? I feel like we interrupted you.
Well, in this scene,
Okay.
they're having, one of the girls in the selection is having a birthday party
Okay.
at the palace. She's the only girl who's ever going to get that.
Okay.
And basically, there's a mean girl named Celeste.
Always a mean girl, right?
She doesn't want the prince, she wants the crown.
Okay.
Because she, in the caste system, she's a 2. And she's the highest out of all of them.
Right.
And 1 is the highest you can get. So she's right there. And so she's a model. She's friends with all these rock stars, famous people, you know, celebrities, all kinds of stuff, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and basically, Chris, who is the one who's at the palace getting her birthday, is wearing a white dress.
Okay.
And Celeste has champagne or wine.
Oh, red wine.
And she spills it on her on purpose.
Scandalous.
Remember how Pop did the same thing to
Don't make fun of your grandfather. He's probably watching
Pop.
this. Poor grandpa. He's getting hit right here off the bat.
At least it wasn't the wedding, though. Right?
That's true. Serendipity is an underrated romantic comedy. Greg, that's a good movie. Sleepless in Seattle is a good one. Yeah, we talked about that one. There's a bunch that you're not old enough for. When Harry Met Sally is one of my favorites. That's a great movie.
Waterboy's more of a comedy.
Yeah, Waterboy's a sports comedy, I would say.
Yeah.
There's a romance story in there.
I love that one. The way his voice is. How does he keep a straight face? How does anyone keep a straight face when they're talking to Adam Sandler?
Whatever funny voice he's doing that week. Yeah. The Donnie is here. Mastodon Collectibles. How you doing, man? Apparently the comic community loves their romantic comedies. Looks like we have our next category, right? Hey.
When Harry Met Sally.
I said that.
Yeah, I know.
I said When Harry Met Sally.
But wait.
Blind Date and Her Alibi. Very 80s. You went very 80s, Simon R.
Wait. Harry, you said you're an Adam Sandler fan.
I was teasing Perry. I don't know how big an Adam Sandler fan Perry is. I know he does like it some in some ways. Somebody said Lake House. I've never seen the Lake House. Is that the Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves movie? I don't think I haven't seen that one. You've Got Mail was an okay movie. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
What's the one that Parent Trap is a pretty good one.
Parent Trap is a romantic comedy, I would say. Yeah, that's a good one. I like the remake was good.
The Cutting
Child
Edge.
of the 80s right here. Hey, I mean, I was born in the 70s, but, so I grew up in the 80s. I was, ages 10 to 13 in the 80s. So that makes me a child of the 80s, I believe.
What about The Cutting Edge?
No, sorry. 3 to 13. Bad math. The Cutting Edge is a romantic comedy, The Cutting Edge. Sure. Kate's just going to look at movies now. Can I go to share a book?
Yeah.
I'm very salty about this book. So those of you that are Hickman fans, I was frustrated by the potential for X Factor and how bad they blew it. Those of you who are Hickman haters and don't like any of the X universe, this is definitely the worst example of what they're doing over there. So I would really argue against this. What really bothers me is they had a great idea and they put mediocre writers and artists on this, and it becomes garbage at that point. I love the concept. The concept for X Factor, this new edition of X Factor, could have been so cool, but here's the pitch. Here's the pitch idea. The mutants have moved to Krakoa, but mutants are disappearing or are hard to keep track of when they're off of the island. So what do they do when mutants disappear and they are presumed missing or dead? What do they do? Because they can't resurrect somebody until they have proof of death, right? So how do they do this? They needed an investigative group, a team that would go out and investigate these missing mutants. And I think that's a great idea. What a cool idea for a comic, right? The team of mutants who would be investigating missing mutants, presumed dead mutants. I really dig this concept, and I think it was just they blew it. They just blew it with really bad writing, really just bad, and mediocre art, in my opinion. So I'm frustrated by what it could have been and what it really is. The boy who had 7 is here. Hello, Matt. Good morning. Perry reacts, says, all Biggie, he's back up. Uh-oh, did you get banned? Did somebody ban Perry?
Yeah, Biggie Shack.
Biggie banned Perry. That's amazing. That is amazing. Good morning. Hickman just hurts Greg's brain. I've been enjoying most of it. I've been enjoying the large majority of it. I even went back and bought all of X-Force to catch up because I heard great things, and I really enjoyed that. I just, for me, this is an example of why it's not working. They have a cool idea, and then they put a bad writer on this, and I don't even know this writer, Leah Williams. I don't know her. But she wrote a really boring... I mean, this should be like a cool police procedural drama. But it's this like silly slapstick comedy that's not funny. It's like bad. So I am just disappointed by it. What it could have been. It could have been something really cool. Nothing like the rest of the X titles, Simon R. is still throwing out romantic comedies. I see Moonstruck. Almost to 800 subs, Perry reacts. Oh my God. I'm never getting to 1,000. Says, Biggie, you're going to get there. You're what? You're at, I don't even remember where Biggie is. 750? I thought you were at 750. You're like well on your way, man. You're well on your way. Splash Page, good morning. So for those of you thinking about X Factor, I would say wait for it to be in the dollar bins because it will be. And you can read it then if you really, really want to. I was just hopeful. I liked the idea. I flipped to this page that said, is someone missing? Is a loved one long dead? Call an X Factor investigations. I liked that. It reminded me of the original series and the ads they posted inside of comics for X Factor, the original series. It's just not good. It's just not written well. It's not written well. So there you go. 750, Biggie, you're well on your way. You'll totally get there.
Wait. I think Perry left.
He came back as Perry Reacts.
Where?
He was there a little bit ago. He's got a green icon with his face like right on it. Backseat Driver, I'm sorry I didn't say good morning to you. Disco came back. Good to see you, Disco. Southern Comic Geek, hello to you. Let's see. Southern has been buying up all the bangers. Southern Comic Geek has some legit huge bangers. And he's a force to be reckoned with. Same with Backseat Driver. Some serious books to be reckoned with. Perry and the Lurkers is here. See? There he is. See his face? I don't know if Biggie just keeps, blocking him out. All right, do you want to share your second book? Perry Comics is free.
Dive Wimpy Kid.
Oh yeah, we went to our library does curbside. You can go online and pick the books you want, and then roll up curbside, and they'll bring the books out to you. So we went to the library. I got some movies for tonight's show, and Kate got some books. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Third Wheel. Mm-hmm. All right, The Third Wheel. Perry got banned again. He has 300. Well, how do you think he gets those subs so quickly, JP? Let's see. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. This is true.
Yeah, it is a Christmas movie.
She's seen it, so she would know. Is Dirty Dancing a romantic comedy? I don't know if it's a comedy. I think that one would just be a romantic film. It's light on the comedy because it's very dramatic.
Is La La Land?
My phone was under my arm. I had to grab Lil Shaq. There was a fluke. Perry got timed out. It happens sometimes, man. It happens. What'd you say? La La Land?
Yeah. Is it a comedy?
I don't think La La Land is a comedy. No, it's definitely a drama.
Okay.
I mean, it's a musical drama.
What about I don't know if this is even a romantic.
Luke, Hydra Collectibles. Good morning. Rob Boswell. Hello to you. What's up?
The Danish Girl. It's not romantic, is it?
Danish Girl.
It has
Trying to remember that one.
Actor.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a drama. That's not even romantic or comedy.
Okay.
That's just a drama.
I just heard about it.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. That's a tricky one. I guess you could sell it that way. And I'm not saying that just because it takes place at Christmas time that it's a Christmas movie. The themes of the movie need to align. And if you really look at Die Hard, the theme is family should be prioritized over work. And that's the theme of Die Hard. And the characters who win the day, John McClane and his wife Holly, both have to sacrifice something from their work life, right? John has to sacrifice the gun. He shoots his last bullet and he drops it. He has to let the gun and that career go. She sacrifices what? The gold watch that the company gave her. She unclips it. And when she has let go of that and he has let go of his job, his gun, the symbols of their jobs, they let go of those things. And that's how they kill the bad guy together. John shoots his last bullet and she lets go of her watch. And they hold hands together. And that's kind of the theme of the movie is both of them had been putting their careers ahead of their family. And this Christmas event makes them reprioritize their family first. And I think that's the moment. And then, of course, at the end, that means John can't kill the main bad or the henchman bad guy, right? He has to pass that on to the new generation of cops specifically Al Powell, who is the one to save the day there. Spoiler alert. So that's why it works for me as a Christmas movie. The theme is family first. Versus, I don't know what Batman Returns. I know there's themes of children and abandoning children and orphans and being orphaned, and some of that is definitely Christmas related themes. I looked way deep into Die Hard. It is not mindless. There's a ton of great action and silliness, but it's a talented movie has layers, right? A talented writer puts layers in. And I think Die Hard has many deeper layers than you just noticed right on the surface. And there's a lot of great symbols. And that watch and his gun with that last bullet, they're very symbolic elements. And there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in that movie. So I think you could look at Lethal Weapon too, but I don't think Lethal Weapon holds up as well to the same idea of being a Christmas movie. Sorry, you want to get back to the third wheel. Charlie, Kate's feeling abandoned here.
Basically, the third wheel is the 7th book in the series of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I really like Diary of a Wimpy Kid because it's really funny, and it's like he's a middle schooler, so like I understand some logic in this.
Sure.
But it's really funny because his brother is an absolute idiot.
Yeah. What's his brother's name?
Roderick.
Roderick. Yeah.
Yeah, Roderick. It's really weird. But anyways.
Good morning, Connie.
So, his younger brother is Manny, and he literally looks like an alligator.
Is that his little brother? Yeah.
He looks like an alligator.
Okay.
And it's really creepy because he doesn't look like anyone. And it's the illustrations are really good. Like, there's stuff like there's times he imagines stuff, and it's really funny.
Bringing Up Baby is a great one. You're thinking of the Philadelphia Story, which is a great one, Simon R. Because the Philadelphia Experiment, I think, is the one about making the atom bomb. But the Philadelphia Story is the Philadelphia Story. I think it's Philadelphia Story. It's the Jimmy Stewart one. Great movie. Great movie. Crocodile Dundee. Great romantic comedy.
Yeah.
You like that one, right? That's a funny one. Good movies. Look at all these good movies being mentioned.
Would you count Indiana Jones? No.
Firstly, it's not a comedy. I think Indiana Jones is an action movie.
Like,
Secondly, there is a little bit of romance, but really not much. It's an action movie. It's arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest action movie ever. Even if Perry doesn't like Indiana Jones, it is one of the greatest ones. So how does this compare to the other Diary of a Wimpy Kids? Better than, equal to, lesser than?
This is probably my favorite one.
Oh, really? And it's the newest one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought this was the newest one.
No, the newest one is The Meltdown.
Okay.
But I already read
But
it,
this is
and
one
it's
of
not
the
very good.
newer ones, right?
Yeah.
Which one's this
It's
one?
number 7.
This is
of
third
13,
wheel
so
is
it's like
7. Oh, it's the
6.
middle. It's the middle of the run. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you read all of them?
I feel like I've read all of them, but every now and then I'll like look back and I'll be like, oh, did I really read that one?
Sure.
I like Dog Days.
Dog
which
Days?
is the 4th one. I like 4.
Backseat Driver.
I like 4, 6, and 7. Those are my favorites. But I think 7 is probably my favorite. It's really funny.
Robert, the G-Spot Galvin, is in the chat, and that is a very nice compliment. I really do appreciate it. He said he loves the Silver Surfer drop from the other day. I knew you would appreciate it. I really knew you would. If you guys missed it, I know a lot of people missed it because it only has like 50 watches or 50 views, and I know probably a couple of those are me going in and answering questions and stuff. But you should check it out. I thought it was a good starting line video if you don't know anything about the Silver Surfer and you want to learn more, or just affirm your love of the Silver Surfer like Robert G did. Check it out. All right, should I go on to the next book? The next disappointing book for me was another Hickman related. This is X-Men issue 10. And this one wasn't as frustrating as X Factor for me. Two boys and their pops, good morning. This one was just frustrating because I'm not reading Empire, so the connective tissue was missing. I hear Empire is actually really good, but I just don't have the time or money for it right now. So I'm just reading my titles that I like, and I'm reading Hickman's X-Men, of course. I liked this cover, but they're not even in it. It's a weird issue, almost completely on the moon, dealing with the Empire invasion on the moon and what's happening there, and the mutants who live on the moon. And it was okay, but I just I'm not loving the fact that it's an Empire crossover. So for me, I was just like about it. I didn't love it. I want Hickman's story to progress. I don't want other people's stories mixing in right now. So this felt like a bit of a filler for that. X-Men has become nothing but giant. I don't know about this particular issue, but sure, why not? Jeff Schultz says, good morning. Teachers Unite. One love from Chicago. I hope things are going well there for you, man. Let's see here. All right. So for me, I was disappointed by my Marvel. I picked up only 3 books this week. It was those 2 X titles and that Texas Blood. So I guess all my titles have X's in them. I didn't love any of them, so I kind of was disappointed overall by my pickups. But it was only 3 books, so I guess I shouldn't be too frustrated by it. Overall, I still am gonna keep reading the X titles that I've been reading. I really like most of them. I just didn't like these 2 issues. Yeah. Rough week for Marvel, says Simon R. Yeah, it was truthfully me. I think I will read Empire at some point because I'm hearing really good things about it. It's just I'm not reading it, so I don't have all the tissue that connects it. I know Jiggs, my buddy Jiggs. If you don't know Jiggs Kingdom, you should check out that channel. He is reading all the Empire titles. He's a big Marvel guy, and he's saying it's amazing and that all of this stuff connects really well, he's saying, and that it makes everything better. Admittedly, he's more of a Spidey than a mutant guy, so he likes the Avengers stuff. There goes Kate. So for him, though, he's saying that Empire is working really well. He really likes it, and so I trust his judgment. He seems to know what he's talking about. And now Kate's gone, so gonna have another sip of tea here while I'm waiting for Kate to come back. Oh no, my tea's all gone, so I'm not gonna do that even. 15 people still here in the chat. Reminder: I got 2 shows going on later today. In about 2 hours, I'm gonna be getting on the Boy Who Had Sevens channel and going through all of these in a contest against Bear Island to hopefully make it to a second round in the Comic Gories exhibition match. So that's in about 2 hours on the Boy Who Had Sevens channel. And then tonight, my late night show is Bearded Comic Bro and I talking sports movies. So if you want something that's not an auction, you've got Two Brothers Comics and myself both having shows going on. She's back. That you can check out tonight. So that's just a little reminder of what's going on tonight. Baxi says, bye, Kate. No tea, no Kate, no Charlie. Yeah, Charlie is still sleeping. My wife bought a tent, a family-sized tent that we were hoping to do some camping with. We haven't had an opportunity to do much camping as a family, and we want to start doing that again. And so she bought a tent. And to test it out, we put it in the backyard, and the girls slept in it last night, and Charlie is still sleeping in it. So that's where Charlie is, if you're wondering. She's like right outside the screen door here. John's going to dominate. Hey, Biggie, I hope so. I spent a lot of time preparing for what I'm imagining are JP and Rob Wurst coming up with some ridiculous comic gories. I'm imagining that we're going to get some of the most insane categories we've ever had. So be prepared for that. Yeah, Camping Out Back's a lot of fun. Hoosiers is a great one, 2 boys and their pops. So we split up the sports. We didn't want to do one show and try to pack it all in, so we split the sports into 2 groups of 5. And tonight we're going to be doing baseball, boxing, kids movies with sports, Olympics, and soccer or football. So those are the 5 that we'll do tonight. So that means we're saving basketball and football and many others, golf, whatever, for another night. So tonight it's a smaller group. But I think between boxing, Olympics, and baseball, you get some amazing movies. Then we threw in the kids' sports. I know that some people are mentioning Sandlot, like Just a Rican. And we threw in soccer. Because I tell you, there are not a lot of soccer movies for sports out there. Just not enough. So that's what you can be prepared for tonight. I know baseball is usually the biggest, most popular one for movies. So we're starting off with that one. They're very standard comic. No way are they standard comic books. I'm predicting like taupe cover or mauve cover. I'm predicting, Guatemalan cover. And I've got to pick a cover that has something to do with Guatemala.
Why?
I'm predicting seashell cover, and I've got to go dig around and find a cover from Ariel, A Little Mermaid. I don't know what he's gonna have. It's gonna be hilarious. Backseat Driver. I did watch Green Street Hooligans. That's hilarious. Backseat Driver. Thanks to Bearded Comic Bro, I went and grabbed Green Street Hooligans from my library and watched it.
It's right here. Is that the soccer one you were talking about?
This is the soccer one I was talking. I legitimately watched this, and then I was like, "This is not a sports movie." They watch one soccer game in the entire movie. The rest of them is just like, the rest of this is just basically Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. It's just brawling in the street. There's one soccer match, and that's it. So I can't count. I couldn't count this one. Thanks, Kate. Look at the assistant on that. I love that. That was amazing. Hello, Tacoma Comics. Good morning. Moneyball is a great movie, Perry, and we will definitely discuss Moneyball at some point tonight. The Rookie is phenomenal, and we'll discuss that as well tonight. Ladybugs. I've never seen Ladybugs. That's the Rodney Dangerfield soccer movie. Yeah. But you'll have to tune in to see. I'm not going to spoil any of it. There'll be a little slideshow, lots of talk, and we definitely will get the chat involved like this is happening right now. We want to hear all the great ideas from you because there's just a ton of good movies to discuss. So Kate, do you have one more book to share? She's going to come out of the background, come back up here. Whoa, don't step on the cord there. Careful. Don't damage anything. Hey, Kate, says Fire Guy Ryan.
Hello. This is the same author that did the selection, so I definitely like her.
Nice.
This one is about, basically, it's about sirens, and it's really cool, and because it's called The Sirens. Mm-hmm. Basically, at the beginning, they're on a ship. There's a girl named Colin, I think.
Okay.
Kahlen.
Sure, why not?
They say it's a mixture between Caitlin and Alan.
Okay.
So Kaylin maybe? Yeah. But so Kaylin is on a ship with her parents, and she is laying and she's seasick and she's on like a cruise.
Okay.
And so her mom's like, "Hey, do you hear that?" And they hear sirens, and so they go outside, and her parents jump over the bridge, and all the people are going over the side of the ship and stuff.
Okay.
And she jumps in, but she's trying to fight it, and then she's like, please, 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 please don't let me die. And then someone in her head's like, really? She says, I'll do anything, and then she's like, really? And she says, yes. And so the ocean, like, picks her up almost, like in Moana almost. And then puts her on the island with all the three girls.
This is like Phoenix. She's about to die, and the Phoenix Force comes and takes her. Okay.
But it's really cool. And basically what happens is that they're like, if you want to live, you can either join your mother, not save her.
Mm.
And so she's like, I'll become a siren then. And so that's what she becomes. And basically the ocean is like...
So this isn't connected to that other story. It's a different universe.
Sorry, no. It is.
But it's the same writer as the selection.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And
Cass,
basically,
something Cass, right?
Kira Cass.
Kira Cass.
Yeah. And so they have 100 years of imprisonment in the life of a siren, and every 6 months they have to take down a ship
Wow.
for the ocean
Okay.
to eat. That's basically what.
To feed the ocean.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the ocean is like their mom. It like talks to them and stuff. That's what the thing in her head was like. Yes. Really? Remember? So the ocean is really creepy.
In the story.
Yeah, because none of the
Don't
sirens.
worry, your jammies there.
None of the sirens like killing people.
Gotcha. But they're forced to do it to feed the ocean. I get you.
And
Ryan says sirens are actually super creepy now. Think about it. But they've been in different stories. I've seen them be like beautiful.
they are.
And in other stories, I've seen them be really dark and creepy.
Oh, you mean like Harry Potter?
Like Harry Potter? Sure. Well, that's the merman people too, right?
Those are really creepy. I
Very
hate to see
creepy.
what sirens would look like.
Right? People mentioning lots of great movies. Perry says he's seen a ton of baseball movies. There are, I think there are way more baseball sports movies than any other style. I know boxing has a lot, and football has a fair amount, and basketball has some, but baseball seems to have the lion's share of sports movies. So it was a really tough thing to narrow that down to just a few to talk about. Odd comment, but this channel always makes me wonder if I'll ever have kids and how I'll be as a dad. Well, I hope you feel confident and good about it, Walter. I have faith in you. Shaolin Soccer, I hear, is very good. Backseat, I've never seen it though. Sorry, go ahead. Sirens.
Thank you. Okay, so basically she's done. She's almost done. She has 20 years left.
Okay.
And they basically lived through the Beatles. They've seen the Beatles play, and they've lived through this whole time. And they keep getting different sirens. They keep like bringing in more and more sirens, and it's really cool. And so Kaylin, she meets a boy, and they can't talk, so they have to use ASL.
Because they speak different languages, or the sirens
They-
can't speak?
The sirens can't speak because if
Then
they
they'll
speak,
draw the people in. Gotcha.
They'll drown people.
Gotcha.
So
Super Russ, good morning, man.
so she,
Happy belated birthday again.
so she falls in love with a boy named Akinley, I think.
Okay.
It's like Akin and then Li. It's weird, but
Okay.
anyways, so he lives in Florida, and basically they fall in love, and so then he leaves, and she leaves, and she has to move with her sisters. She comes back and forth, kind of, and then they get to spend a day together.
But she still can't talk,
No, she can't say.
so she's just using
She's
sign.
writing and using sign language and stuff.
Huh. There was a movie called Splash about a man who is rescued by a mermaid, but mermaids can't speak English. They speak because when they open their mouth underwater, it's different than when they're
Bubble.
out of water. It's like it's a screaming sound.
Like the
So she has to
egg.
learn how to speak. So the first like half of the movie, she doesn't really talk. She's like learning how to talk to him. Yeah, it's Tom
Should we
Hanks. Tom
play it?
Hanks is the guy.
Can we watch it?
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it. But it was a great movie. It was hugely popular. Daryl Hannah plays the person. Look at all the people saying hi to you. Old Wolf, and I saw JP and Fire Guy. Good morning, friends.
But
Boylehead
so-
7 says good morning.
So basically, the ocean is very mad at Colin because they're doing the sinking. They're trying to sink another ship, and it's really sad because it's a cruise ship and it's like a wedding ship. So they just got married and now they're dying.
Oh no.
So Colin stops singing.
Because
And
she doesn't want to
stops
kill
singing,
them.
Yeah.
She gets in trouble.
And so if you stop singing, the ocean can literally kill you.
Oh goodness.
And so she gets very mad, but she's the ocean's favorite, so the ocean doesn't hurt her really. She's just kind of mad. And then she runs away from the ocean, and she goes to Akinley's house. And basically, he takes her up to this other house that his parents used to have, but they passed away in a car crash. And so he kisses her, and she says, "Wow." And he jumps into the ocean to kill himself.
Oh no.
And so then she begs the ocean to spare him. And so then she puts
Don't
him
give
back.
away the whole story.
Ah!
You gotta save something.
She saves. him.
It's a good romantic
But none of these guys
story.
are gonna read it.
No, but they might get it for their children or nieces and nephews and whatever.
But
So like a good teenage novel, right?
yeah.
Or tweenager.
She saves him, but she has to.
Oh,
add
don't give
15
away your
more
sisters.
years.
Don't give away your
not
sisters.
15. She has to add 50 more years to her sentence.
Oh.
And they don't age during that time.
The siren or the person?
Sirens don't age.
So she's going to stay the same age, but he's going to age.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So they add 50 more years on her sentence, and then they get separated. And Kinley gets sick, and then they're both very sick, and they have the same exact sickness, but none of the people that know them know how to fix it. So then they have to do what they have to.
Fire Guy Ryan is hilarious. He says, I'm reading it right now. He also asked me to repeat the mermaid sound. It's not going to happen. Somebody asked when the show is tonight, and Bearded and I are trying to figure out the exact time, but it's going to be in that 11 o'clock, 10:30 Eastern, somewhere in that range tonight. It'll be a late Eastern show, so 10, somewhere in that 10 to 11 range Eastern.
Okay, but wait. So
Kate is full of spoilers all the time.
So basically what happens is that they have to make her not a siren anymore. And when they take out, basically, when you become a siren, they put this dark liquid into you, which is like the ocean.
Okay.
And it makes you breathe underwater. You don't age, and your beauty is almost magnified.
Okay.
And when you put on makeup, it's like, and people are always drawn to them and stuff. And basically, they move all the time. They have fake names and stuff.
Okay.
But Kinley, she trusts him, so she gives him her real name.
Gotcha.
So that's nice. And also,
Is there supposed to be a sequel to this, or
I wish, but no.
it's a one shot,
But
as it were?
when you become not a siren,
Yeah.
your memories are erased.
So
You
she
don't
won't even remember
remember
him, and she'll be younger. So,
Yeah, she'll be 19. They're both 19 in the
but
moment.
he'll be older when she
Yeah.
is done with her tour of duty.
Yeah, but basically they take her out of her tour, her duty early because the sickness is killing her and Kinley.
Right.
So, she gets washed up on the shore, and her sisters write, "You are Colin," and he is Kinley on her arms. And so they wash her up right on the beach where his house is.
But he's
And so-
older now, right? Or no?
No, it's only been a year since
only
they were
been a
separated,
year,
so now
okay.
he's 20 and she's 19.
Gotcha.
And so, basically, what happens is that his aunt, his cousin, Kinley's cousin, and his wife are taking him in because his parents passed away.
Okay.
So, he's really sick. He's in his bed. He hasn't gotten up in over 2 years.
You don't need to give us everything.
Why?
I feel like you're telling the whole story. We don't have time for the whole
This
story.
is the last thing. That's the last
Okay,
thing.
I'll listen.
So, his cousin and his wife find her and take her inside and show her to Kinley, and then he's like, "Get her a pen," and he's like, "Why would I need a pen?" And she talks, and he sits up, like he stands up,
Okay.
and he hasn't stood up in a really long time
Oh my
because he's so
gosh.
sick. So he got healed by her.
OMG. That's amazing.
Totally didn't expect that.
Listen, Dad, says Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan's on your side. Hydra Collectibles is saying that he's got a Comics with Friends show that he's been doing. I'm supposed to appear again at some point, he says, and he wants other people as well. So if you're interested in joining him, you can hit him up on Instagram. It's a really good series you should watch if you haven't seen it. Also, the boy who had 7 was in the chat, and he's been counting down his 9/8 white pages slabs. And I've been really enjoying that series as well. I watched the most recent one he dropped yesterday, I think, maybe, or the day before. Really good. Remember, John, they grow up fast. These are precious moments. What? John, it is all in the details. She absorbs books. Love it. I want to hear the end. Shh, says JP. Everybody's on your side. Okay. I had to come in at 4 a.m. to get some OT, says Z Collects. He's on his lunch right now. Oh, take it easy, brother.
What happened?
healing inspiration, says Simon R.
What happened?
What?
I had to come and...
He had to work. He went to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so this right now is when he's having lunch.
I woke up at 4:47.
And went back to
It was
sleep.
a bad dream, and I could hear my heart, and then I felt like I heard things around me. I got really scared, so I couldn't go back to sleep. So I put a blanket over my face.
Hello, aggressively relaxing and Bub collects. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Special guest tonight. Oh, on Robert Galvin's show tonight, he's gonna have another special guest. Be ready. Solo Wookie says, "Why are those kids not doing chores?"
I've done my fair share.
Their rooms look much better than they did 2 days ago, I will say.
Yeah, don't
Dramatic
don't
improvement.
Don't.
I haven't looked in their closets yet, though.
You
Who
have
knows?
to look at
Don't
mine.
come
It's
after me
really
for
good.
that.
Don't look at your closet,
But you
but
have
look
to
at
look
hers.
mine.
Okay.
It looks really
The
good.
last book I want to discuss is actually not this issue of Middle West, but I've now read the first 13 issues of Middle West, which means I'm only 5 away from finishing it, but I'm missing issues 14 and 17. I'm still trying to track down copies of 14 and 17. Reading that whole run of the first 14 was great, and so really, really great story, and I like the way it's progressing. It's really, really solid. If you haven't had a chance to read Middle West, it's over, so you can probably get all the trades, probably 3 trades in the end. Really, really good stuff. She's giving you the stink eye now. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody knows clean your room just means shove everything in the closet.
That's me. That's me.
I know everything goes in my room.
I.
Comics will break your heart.
Messy.
She, Jennifer's been so awesome lately. I've been talking with her a bunch on Instagram. Comics will break your heart. Definitely worth your time. She knows her. She's got great taste in books. Knows her stuff. Really cool lady.
Jennifer, like, born?
Her name is Jennifer. Yeah.
No. Oh, no. I was thinking of a different Jennifer.
Oh, you know more Jennifers.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, also, Daddy, Nicole was watching your videos the other day. She was watching some old ones and she liked them.
Okay. Well, some of them aren't necessarily for kids.
No, she
told
liked
her
all
that.
the Saturday morning comics.
Oh, the Saturday morning comics, definitely that will work for sure.
What episode is this?
I don't know, because we've been almost doing this. It'll be 2 years in October or September. 2 years we've been doing this.
That's cool.
Because I started the Wednesday night show with Alec, the book club, and your show, the Saturday morning. Like within a couple of weeks, we started both. I started both of those live streams.
Can we see what date? Or can we
In
see...
fact, Bueller says he went back and was looking at some of the older ones, and you can kind of see how you guys have grown in 2 years.
I know, I really want to look at the older ones. Can we
It's
look
like
at
a little time
can we look at
capsule.
the
We've captured
first
you
one we've
guys.
ever done?
That
Well,
was
Whitewell
huge.
Comics is in the chat.
Unfair.
If you want to get your anti-joy equation shirts, right? Check out his TeePublic or hit me up on Instagram. I'll send you the link. If you want to get your anti-joy equation or your
Susan
9-4 is near mint or your Susan Spec shirts, Whitewell Comics' designs are on
Can I
TeePublic.
design my own shirt?
You can even search Whitewell Comics on TeePublic and probably find them.
Can I design my own shirt?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really tried it. I guess we could at some point. Hee says her.
Wait, Dad.
What? We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Can we rewatch the oldest one?
At some point, for sure. Maybe on the anniversary. We could do a Perry reacting video where we react to our first one.
But that's we have to tag.
I have a playlist, Fire Guy, and you can click that playlist for Saturday Morning Comics and then click them in order from oldest to newest, and it would be right there at the beginning.
Daddy.
Easy to find. You don't need to track it down. It's actually just a couple of clicks away. Hydra says, 2 years trumps my 5 months. If you could take a break and let me catch up. I take way too many breaks. I hadn't dropped an edited video in about 6 months. In fact, Perry is still waiting. See, there he is. Perry is still waiting for me to do my next review video, which should be dropping next week, Perry, just for you. Just for Perry. Let's see. Alec just received that black hole to see what it was about. Interesting. Okay, not for kids. Watch out. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. We've had about 20 people in here the whole time, so thank you to all of you for hanging out.
Wait, Daddy, if we do a
Thank you, Z. Yeah. Click the like button. It's awesome. And if you haven't seen the Silver Surfer video, just click over and check it out. It's 6 minutes and some cool Silver Surfer knowledge and some fun chat going on there.
Thank you. If we do a Perry reaction video, we have to tag him.
We are missing cereal and cartoons. We're going to go have cereal, and then maybe cartoons will be later.
Splash.
What's... Oh, you want to watch the movie Splash?
Splash.
Not right now, but we'll see about it.
But cartoons.
So thank you all for coming. We're going to head out of here. Remember, 2 hours from now, almost exactly 2 hours from now, on the Boy Who Had Seven's channel. We will see you all for little comic gories.
2 hours?
Yep.
Whoa.
So have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.